Hey guys, what's up? Welcome. My name's Rob Riches, pro WBFF fitness model and lifetime drug-free natural competitor. Now I'm here outside Powerhouse Gym to basically take you through my favorite ab exercises. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you and break down each exercise, showing you how many repetitions I do, show the correct technique, the form, my breathing, everything that you need to know about training abs that hopefully I can inform and give you a little bit more insight into how I train them. So follow me inside and let's start with the first of our exercises. Okay, so as you can see, I'm keeping my upper body pretty rigid, and what I'm doing with my lower hips is flexing my hips forwards, basically closing the angle between my hips and my shoulders. We're closing the angle. It's the opposite movement, but at the top of the movement and again at the bottom. And the reason for that is I'm predominantly working the lower abdominals by doing the hip curls up or the straight leg raises. So this is really the only exercise that I use any weight. What you can do though is get low enough body fat levels so you're nice and lean and you have that kind of in-depth imprint. But for doing rope pull downs, we need a little bit of assistance. So it's all relative. Okay, one other point that I want to make here. Momentum. I'm not swinging up and down on each repetition. Make sure you do them in good tempo, but don't go too fast that you build up any momentum. Got it? Good. All right, let's move on. So a lot of people push their legs upwards. It's the hips which are coming up, not the legs which are pushing upwards. Holding on. You've got to be creative when it comes to training abs. Right, if you're doing the exercise right, you're going to feel it working. This is a great exercise also for working the obliques here, as you can probably see. My whole musculature here is having to engage and work to bring my hips up. I'm merely closing the angle up, using the abs to pull up the hips forwards. That is the correct form, the right way to do that exercise. Right, the next exercise that I'm going to add in directly after doing the lying decline leg raises are good old-fashioned crunches. Still one of the best exercises. One is to add a twist in, which is great. Bring one leg off and bring the elbow towards that knee. So again, you've got to stabilize yourself in your core. You're working both the lower and the upper abdominals, and now we're starting to involve the obliques. These side muscles here that basically frame that six-pack, the cornerstone of what many consider to be the height or the peak of fitness. So let me show you that first. It takes a lot more effort and control to keep that consistent repetitions, the movement and the tempo going whilst staying in control without falling over and shaking you. So turn up the heat even more towards the end of your reps. Let me show you another variation of that. Two different ways of holding the weight and lifting it. First exercise, it follows that angle, the angle of closing my shoulder towards my hips. And the second one was holding the weight out, keeping the arm straight and actually pushing the weight up. So maybe you want to start off holding the plate on your chest, and perhaps advance for the last few repetitions, like I said, keeping that plate out and just pumping it for a few more reps. With the legs up and adding a lower crunch as well, I've got a double crunch action. I'm working my lower abs and my upper abs and having to stabilize. That's a great exercise. This exercise is great for really hitting this muscle here to curl up our side torso and then to rotate us around. If anything, it's about a third of that range of movement. Look, watch, I'll do it standing. So from here, just enough to get a stretch, and as I side bend up, I'm gonna add that rotation in simultaneously. Okay, 10, 15 reps on there. If you can do any more, great, but remember, keep good form and your technique. Okay, let's move on to the next exercise. Okay, you can see on that one, my abs are really having to work, and they're being worked from every angle and direction, which is great. I'm getting a full abdominal workout on that one. What is my best or my favorite abdominal exercise? Well, I've already showed you the first exercise, hanging knee crunches, is one of the best ones I think for developing the lower abs, but one of my favorite exercises is actually this one, seated bar twists. Breathing is a big part of this exercise too, and also actively engaging the muscle. It's one thing to do the exercise, do good form, good technique, but it's another game to really involve and activate those muscles working. So I've just got a light bar here. You can use anything long and straight. I'd recommend you using one enough that you get a good arm stretch, and don't go too heavy, because any extra weight is going to build up and add to that momentum, making it harder to de-accelerate and slow down the exercise. The final exercise in my ab routine. Give me that house music to set me free. Lost in house music is where I wanna be. It's gonna set you free, 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 free. Right, like with all ab exercises that I've done today, I've kept everything fixed. Distance between my forearm and my bicep is remaining fairly fixed. And by that I mean I'm not straightening my arm and using the muscles in my arm, shoulders and bicep to pull that weight down as I close the gap. Come down and rotate. That's the movement. Think about what you're working. Think, when I'm doing this exercise, what muscle can I feel working? Should I be feeling that working? What other muscles are being worked? How many? What about repetitions, time, intensity, period, frequency? Well, here's what I say. Do the circuit in one full circuit. Aim for between 15 to 25 repetitions for the full abdominal exercises. And if you're doing any of the rotational ones, of course you have both sides to cater for. So maybe 10, 12, 15 repetitions. And there's no limit really. The abdominals are a pretty exclusive musculature structure. You know, they have several sheaths of muscle which are cross-section and very close to the heart and lungs, which mean they rapidly reoxidize. They get blood and oxygen into them very quickly, so you can punish them hard. Now, I don't mean go and load up the weight and try and lift it as heavy as you can, but if you feel you can do high repetitions, high volume, that's the key here. A lot of reps, a lot of different sets. For more information, go to check out my fitness website, robrichesfitness.com. I'm going to have more videos on there, contest prep, nutrition, upcoming projects, photos, and you can ask me anything on there and I'll do my best to get back to you and answer. So until next time, take care, look after yourself, and have fun with ab training. Okay, bye.